Anybody over the age of 25 will remember exactly where they were when they heard the news that the second aircraft had crashed into the Twin Towers. Where were you? Though I couldn't have imagined it at the time, that such a terrible event that changed the world forever was about to change my life, but for the better. How could an event so ghastly, with loss of so much and so many, be the cause of my perfect life? Well, this is my story, and it begins on the 11th of September 2001. I'd been working as a conference producer in London for the previous 22 years. The conference industry is tremendously susceptible to the ups and downs of political and economic pressure. Twice before, my business had been rocked by events that were totally beyond my control. Now we were sitting around in the office, incredulous as to the news that was coming out of New York. Later in the week, clients were phoning, postponing or cancelling their conferences, and I knew that by Christmas I'd be broke. Earlier that year, I'd been sent a tape, and on it was information about a new business model, something that could set me free. Well, I'd put it in my desk drawer, and there it had stayed. But in October 2001, I took it out and I put it into the cassette machine and I listened. And this led me to finding the way to finding my perfect life. Now, it didn't happen overnight. It took time to develop. But I can tell you that the decision to make that change, that decision just took a heartbeat. I'd always wanted to live abroad, and yet I couldn't find a way. I wrote a book. It was called Live for Today and Follow Your Star. And I realized I hadn't been taking my own advice. You see, life just gets in the way. But in 2011, I moved back to Tenerife after 30 years. So I was able to spend time with my father in the last year of his life. And I stopped living to work, and I started working to live. And I could take beach days whenever I wanted. I rode my motorcycle in the sun. I shared my time with my friends, family, and I surprised myself at what I discovered about me. And I never thought I'd drive a Mercedes again. But I do. And I pinch myself every day, thankful that I had the opportunity to discover what makes my life work for me. I'd love to share my story and my secret with you too. And because the internet has made all that possible during the last 15 years, you can find out more about me on my Facebook, or just Google toby1.com. I look forward to you making that contact.